speaking in front of a camera has also helped me with my communication. And I have
Mm-hmm.
learned this language just by watching movies and reading books, fictional books, not my syllabus books or NCRTs. That
So
when I was in
tell.
class 11th, I was into this English class where I met different people, and there I started talking to some of them. I used to take a book like this, and
Okay, okay, okay.
a
So
thousand,
this is from
this is
fiction.
my book, The Prophet, not my book actually. I still struggle with my addiction of social media. I can't
Mm-hmm.
help but return to it. Like I feel like this positivity is bullshit. In my case, I have tried.
How are you, Rosen?
Well, I wish I could say I'm fine.
Okay,
No, no, it's all right, dude.
that's good. That's good.
I had early dinner, so I'm feeling full right now and
Hmm.
kind of sleepy. What about you?
Okay, you are going to sleep.
I think I'm going to sleep early today.
What is the time?
Probably before 9 o'clock I'll sleep.
Before 9 o'clock.
Yes, just for
And
today because I worked out really hard in the morning and maybe that's the reason I'm feeling this way today.
okay,
I
work
have
hard.
been a
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, sir,
workout in the
everything.
morning.
Okay, okay.
Everything.
Everything.
Yes,
In
yes, yes,
from the beginning, like
yes. Let's
pick your
introduce ourselves. Then
in.
then then
Yeah,
we'll continue. All right.
yeah.
So, well, my name is Roshan and I am from Bihar. I recently graduated with English honors and currently I'm working in a school to pay my bills. I love reading, playing cricket, and now I have also created a YouTube channel where I talk about books, movies, and I'm doing conversational videos like this. And if I can find people, I do, a podcast called Sasta Podcast, where I talk to people
Yeah,
about
I
their
watched.
journey of,
Yeah,
yes,
I watched
learning this language.
that podcast. Yeah, good, good, good.
Yes. This is
So,
from
what
my
about
side.
your job? You are doing as a teacher. So, what
Yes,
is the
yes.
timing of your job?
I have to get ready around 7 o'clock, and the school starts at 8. So I have to travel, right? I have to take
Mm-hmm.
a bus, and I get home around 3:30. So it's around 9 and 9, 8.5 hours. I have to work there for this much time.
Mm-hmm. And what about the distance from your?
It's about 10 kilometers. So I take the school bus, so I don't have to pay for that. So it's
Okay, school bus.
manageable.
That's a
Yes,
good
yes,
thing. That's a
yes.
good thing. So, yeah. So you are from English background.
Bihar.
I think subjective. Yeah, you are from Bihar, but
Oh, yes,
educational
yes.
background. Yeah, I'm asking about.
No, 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 no. Uh, I have been, my my schooling was done in a Bihar board, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the language was Hindi medium, but I used to study in English at home, right?
At
So
home.
whatever was taught in my school, I didn't pay much attention there, and I was not a studious guy. First thing is that. I have
Mm-hmm.
learned this language just by watching movies and reading books, fictional books, not my syllabus books or NCRTs.
So tell me your
Yes,
story. Like how did you learn
yes,
this
yes.
language?
The first thing is that I got interested into stories when I was a kid. My cousins introduced me to Champak, Balhans. These books are in Hindi for children. They usually
Mm-hmm.
come twice a month. So I was always into stories. Then my uncles, we used to watch movies together. So I was fascinated by this thing called movies, books. Just in simple words, I was interested in stories. And then I grew up. I completely forgot about stories. I was in the internet doing as
So
all teenagers
mhm.
do,
That
just
time,
scrolling,
yeah, yeah.
and I
That time
forgot
you,
about it.
I want to ask you something. Like that time
Yes, yes.
you were watching Hindi content, Hindi movies or
Yes,
English?
mostly Hindi. Mostly
Okay,
Hindi.
okay.
Till my eighth grade or ninth grade, I was mostly into Hindi. And then when I was in ninth grade, that shift started happening. I
Mm.
was introduced to the internet. I got my smartphone, and then I was introduced to comics, YouTube, and
Mm.
then I started watching animated movies, and most of them were in English. So that shift started from then. And this is my story. I never had to attend any classes, but when I was in class 11, to study my syllabus, I took English classes where I learned about literature, and that's how my interest, returned back to stories. Because one of
Mm.
my English teacher, he introduced me to this book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and
Alchemist.
then
Okay.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and then I was already reading comics, so I wanted to read plain text just to feel like I was doing something productive. Because
Mm.
whenever you are reading comics, it feels like you are just wasting your time. But when it comes
Mm.
to reading plain text, there is a psychology in our head that yes, I'm doing something, reading. My days are, productive. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I didn't learn anything apart from this language. I'm not a smart guy, honestly. I can't do maths. I'm not good at anything else. But right now, I'm using whatever I have to make a living out of it. Right.
So what about your practices, like how you are doing, or you are just taking sessions in this way, like conversation?
Hmm. I told you that when I was in class 11th, I was into this English class where I met different people, and there I started talking to some of them, right? And before
Mm.
that, I didn't talk to anyone. And I have always been a very camera conscious person. Whenever somebody asks me to speak, or I don't
Okay.
even have many photos of mine. You will see I use a single photo
Yeah.
everywhere. On my YouTube, on my Insta, I am using that. Whenever I'm in front of the camera, I just freeze. So I started working on it last year, and I think I have improved a lot since then.
Mm.
And
Yes.
and just speaking in front of a camera has also helped me with my communication. And I will give
Mm.
credit to my job because I have to take care of classes. So there I have to express myself, right? So both of
Mm.
these things have really helped me. I teach English in that school too, so my language is connected there. And then practicing here with people like you for the past
Mm.
1 month, I'm doing it. Yes, it's been exactly a month since I've started doing
Okay.
videos like
So,
this.
so
Hmm.
when did you start your YouTube channel or posting?
I think it was in January this year.
Okay. So what was your
I
thought at that
started.
time?
Oh, I
Why?
I wasn't thinking anything else. Anything. I had a single thought in my head, and that was to talk about the books I was reading. You know, I started
Okay. Tell
talking
me.
about just randomly in this room. I used to take a book like this, and
Okay. Okay. Okay.
a
So this
thousand.
is non-fiction or fiction?
It's a fictional story.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is what I used to do, right? Where I'm sitting, I used to take a book and then start rambling about it without writing anything. Just
Mm.
whatever came to my head, I spoke about it. Then for the past
Mm.
3 or 4 months, I have been, taking it more seriously, I would say, like writing and watching some of the tips how to talk or how to edit your videos. So this is what I'm
Mm.
doing.
That's good. So what about your job? Like how long you have been doing it?
It's been almost a year, man, more than a year. Like when I was in
Okay.
second year of my graduation, I started it, and I just recently graduated. I haven't received my degree yet, but it's been almost 14 or 15 months since I've been working.
That's good. That's good thing. So
Uh,
tell me something about the thing that you really like to speak. Your favorite topics, or what kind of
I love
things?
talking about books and movies.
Okay. So what is your favorite book?
Favorite book, you know, I care more about the story. It's not about
Mm.
particularly book is a medium I consume. It doesn't have to be a book, right? I can enjoy a story in a comic or a movie or just a web show. But recently, for the past 1 year, I have been reading more of plain text, like
Okay.
novel, non mostly fiction. I read fiction. So if I had to choose one book, I will say The Prophet. It's
Okay.
uh,
So
it's it's
what
an
about the
it's not a
story?
novel. It's not a novel. It's more of should I show you the picture of the photo? Then we
Yeah,
will
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
All
Sure.
right, just give me a moment.
Wow, yeah, such an interesting.
So so this is my book, The Prophet, not my book actually, and
Okay.
I carry it around everywhere. Like this is my favorite book right now at the moment, and I think it's gonna stay that way. The book is written
And
by Khalil Gibran or Gibran,
okay.
and
And
it's about every aspects of our life. It's written in a poetic manner, in an essaic form. Like the language is not too difficult to understand, but there is a bit of archaic English.
mm, okay. So
Do you
I'm
read
also
much?
reading books. I'm reading books, and I'm reading non-fiction more than,
All right.
Uh,
Mm,
but I bought a book called, I don't know what was the name, and that was fiction. Yeah.
fiction.
So
I'm more into fiction.
Okay, good, good, good. And what about your family?
My
Are you living
family.
alone?
Yes, no, I'm living with my family. My mom, my brother, and my father works. So this is my family, four members, and I live with them.
Okay, okay, okay. So what about your brother?
And
He's doing?
he's 2 years younger than me. So he just passed high
Okay,
school. Now,
okay, okay,
like
okay.
he's preparing for entrance exams and all. He's very smart. Like
More
comparing to
than
me,
okay, okay.
he is like my
Same,
language
same.
is. Yes, the only good thing about me is I can speak a bit of English, a few lines. Apart from that, I think my brother is, he's he's good in all those subjects.
In
Yes, in
studies.
academics, he is better than me.
Yeah, same as I have my brother, and he's also, good more than me. So I don't like studies anymore. I just completed my graduation.
No,
I
no,
don't want to study more.
I think I'm getting interested into studies now. I feel like my
Me
attention
too.
span has improved a lot because
Mm,
of teaching
teaching.
and because of teaching and because of just consciously writing about it. I still struggle with my addiction of social media. I can't
Mhm.
help but return to it. I would say it's an addiction because I have tried to stay away from it, but I can't. I just constantly go and return on Instagram and all.
Okay,
But
okay.
what about
No,
you? Do you struggle with it or are you fine with it?
yeah, before, like, when I in last year or before last year, because you know what, in my perspective about it is just, when we are free on, we feel that, oh, I don't have any other work. That time we
Yes,
start,
yes.
initially this is our thought. And when we
Hmm.
start consuming content, that time we are in a loop, we go
Yes,
into
yes,
a
yes.
loop, and again, even nowadays I'm doing it, but at the same time, and I'm very clear that what is my work, because I quit my
Yes.
job and so much pressure on me. You are making
Yes,
money,
yes,
but
yes.
I'm not making
Yes,
any
yes.
money. So that
Hmm. I
time,
understand,
I
dude.
and I told to my parents that I'll make money in this year at any cost
Yes,
from
yes.
YouTube.
So you
So
are just putting
that's why,
everything.
yeah, that's why I'm more focused. And it's
Hmm.
not an addiction. It's a kind of, like, we don't say it addiction, like in my case, but
In my case, I would say it is an addiction because I have tried staying away from it, but whenever I'm away from it, I feel like I have to return to it. So
you can
I
delete.
think I have tried, man. I have tried so many different things. I have stayed away from social media for almost a year. Like I was completely gone. I had
Hmm.
completely deleted all of my accounts. I disappeared. But once I returned, it was like again, again the same
Hmm.
thing. Even that 1 year of gap didn't help much.
Currently, I'm not having, application in my phone, just having
Hmm.
in laptop. So I'm,
All
using
right.
through
Yes,
my
yes, yes.
laptop. So
No,
you know
but
what? And also sometimes
yes.
if I, adjust to, watch reels, that time I start, installing and watch some reels
Ha
to,
ha.
to
Hmm.
get some motivation. Plug the earbuds
Motivation.
and, start
Hmm.
watching reels.
Yes,
It's
it
it's
feels good. It feels good sometimes. But the thing is that when you are always thinking about you have to be mindful of your consumption, it becomes really hectic. That why the hell I'm consuming this 30 seconds of content.
hmm,
Last year in 2022, 2023, I watched more than 100 movies because, yes, because I was not on social media. I was reading, I was reading fiction, and I was just watching almost like every second day was a movie day for me.
wow.
So I explored all the media there. I mean, I watched web
Okay.
shows, I watched movies, I read tons of comics. So this was my life, dude. Just
Yeah,
teach,
okay.
return home, and just stay like a certain no life.
Same, bro. Like, you know what? You know what? In last year, I was doing same thing. I used to, watch
Hmm.
so many content when,
Yes,
came back
yes.
to school. So
But
that time we feel that, oh, this is my time. I need some,
yes, man.
yeah, something.
And today I came across this video which was talking about how we are just trying to escape from our thoughts, which was really true and hit me really hard, dude. That like we try to avoid people, like we don't want their influence in our life. That's why we try to avoid them, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we can't avoid social media or the media we are consuming. In a way, it is affecting us. So how the hell we are staying with our own thoughts? We are just escaping it in a manner, or in a manner we are escaping it. It's not with the
Mm-hmm.
real connection, but this book has influenced me, so it is an escape. Or a movie if I watch, this is helping me to escape. So it bothers me, dude, and I have been working on it, trying to take care of it, but like as we talked earlier, it's a loop.
But you shouldn't, you shouldn't say that it's my addiction. Say that I can easily get rid from it. It's your,
I'm
because
a very pessimistic guy, dude. I can't help but be a pessimistic person. I have tried, but I always look at that negative spectrum. I can never
okay.
return to that positive one.
Yeah, I can understand. You are a teacher. That's why.
No, no, no. I don't
I've
even
seen,
like that
because you
tag.
know what? I've seen so many teachers. They don't want to, believe in this kind of stuff. That, oh, words is
No, no.
this, that, whatever.
Like I feel like this positivity is bullshit in my case. I have tried, but I have never been able to just manifest whatever people talk about. Manifest, think positively, but
Because you get
it
frustrated. You got frustrated by the, students and all these things. Last
no,
year I
no, no,
was
no.
same.
I try to be really stoic with my students. I don't let their that mood influence me. But at the end of the day, you are spending 8 or 9 hours with them, so it does affect you.
Mm.
Affect you.
So you are not motivating your students.
Well, I try. I'm a very
I think
I
you
would
do.
say a very realistic person. I don't
Hmm.
go and say to them that do this, do that. I try to listen to them and work along. I'm
Hmm.
not somebody who likes to just do this, do that. No, no, no. I do
Okay.
listen to them. Like, dude, if I'm investing that much time, I want to learn something from it. I feel like at the end of the day, if I'm not able to do anything, I'll have to continue being a language trainer. So I want to try traditional way, modern way, or in a way, if I can make my own style, then that's cool for me, and that will be great.
Yeah, everybody is different. Yeah. You are
Hmm.
good. Keep going. Keep doing
Thank you.
this. Whatever
Thank
you are,
you. I'm trying. I'm
Yeah.
trying, dude.
And I think
So,
it's enough for today. Yeah. Shall
yes,
we end
yes,
it?
yes.
Okay. We will do it
Sure, man.
again. And let's
Yes.
see.
Let me know whenever you have time. I'm usually
Yeah.
free after 4 p.m.
After 4
Mm,
p.m. Okay, we can do.
yes,
Anytime you
yes,
can, whenever you will free, and just text me. If I
yeah.
if
All
I'll
right.
free, then I'll
Yes,
get
yes.
back.
Bye.
Bye, brother Roshan. You're amazing.